In this video, I'm going to talk about the top 12 chess principles. If you don't know what a principle is a certain type of guideline that can help us have better chess games and to win our games. By this point, you know how to make all the moves, you know some strategies, you know how to checkmate, you even know what stalemate, castling, and en passant mean. But now we're going to help you compete in chess tournaments and find out ways to win against your opponents. Before I begin listing the top 12 chess principles, this is a really important video for you to learn because you need to have some type of steps, some type of direction in order to beat your opponent. There's no such thing as a random win. You either learn how to make a plan to win, or you just sit back and just wait till you lose the game. But today we're going to do the 12 chess principles. These principles was written by a master chess player named Bruce Pandolfini. Now, Bruce Pandolfini wrote so many books. He wrote over hundreds and hundreds of chess books that could be read from all across the world, and a lot of people have read these books and have gotten better by reading his material. Now, he's also taught grandmasters such as Bobby Fischer. Now, these principles is going to help you out with your game, and we'll start right now. Number 1, move with purpose. Every time you make a move, you need to make sure that you have a reason and a job for those pieces. So if you're moving up these pawns, just know that there's a reason why this pawn is moved up in the middle. It's to block this pawn from pushing forward. So if you're taking white and you are attacking these two squares, you are stopping other pieces from coming. Now there's a purpose for this move. Sometimes I see people make a random pawn move and they don't know why they made this move. Does this pawn prevent any type of threats or any type of other pieces coming in from this side? Always make sure that you have a purpose for your moves, whether if it is attacking a piece, whether if this bishop is attacking this piece, or you are guarding a certain square or defending your king. Number 2, play for the center. If you are playing for these 4 center squares right here, then you are going to be able to control the game and your pieces will be able to move more freely if you are controlling these squares. So let's look at this right here. If we're going to go here and we're going to push up right here, and white is now being able to control this center. Look at all these squares and look at how much control it has over the other pieces. White has stopped these pawns from moving forward and blocked this bishop from being able to move out. And look, even this bishop right here cannot go out because whatever square it lands on is going to be captured right here. And this knight is blocked in from moving out because it will be captured by this pawn. So if you play for the center, you find a way to control the middle, you will control the game. And that is number 2, playing for the center. Have all your pieces directed towards the center so that your opponents cannot come through and checkmate your king. Number 3, advance both center pawns. These 2 pawns right here are going to be your hardest working pawns in the game. If you can advance your pawns forward as far as you can without it being captured, again, you can control the center of the board and you will control the whole game, preventing your opponents from moving their pieces out. So if your opponent is making these pawn moves on the side right here, do your best to keep pushing pawns up. The further you push pawns up, the closer the wall that these pawns are attacking is going to be closer to your opponent. So you're going to keep your opponents from fighting at your house. Instead, they'll have to worry more about defending at their kingdom. Number 4, develop all the pieces. As I've said before, that all these pieces right here are on the bench. They're not scoring points, they're not doing anything if they are on the back rank. if you can find a way to bring out your knights and your bishops into the game, you're going to find that these pieces is going to have more things to do rather than just sitting back here. Don't make needless pawn moves that doesn't really help out towards the game. You need to make sure that these pieces have a job, give it some work, let them come out to the middle of the board to fight for your king. Number 5, castle early. After you have developed your pieces and you have removed the pieces in between the king and the rook, remember to castle your king as soon as possible. It is easier to attack the king if it was in the middle of the board. You give your enemies options to attack from this way, or even down the middle if you leave your king in the middle. But if you castle here, you only know that black only has a chance to attack one way. That means that he has to find a way to attack, and you know which way the attack is coming from. Again, if you leave your king in the middle, the attack can come from this side, or even up down the middle. Number 6, answer all threats. If you don't know what the word threat means, a threat is whenever a piece is attacking another piece. So if black decides to move this knight right here, you have to ask yourself, what pieces is he threatening, or what pieces is he attacking? So every time your opponent makes a move, find out which pieces is he attacking and make sure you defend against the move. So as you can see, this knight is attacking this pawn right here and right here, and this bishop, and it's also attacking this pawn. So this knight is in actually a good position to start attacking and threatening white's pieces. So white has to make sure that these pieces are defended properly, or else black is going to get away with a free attack or free piece. Number 7, look for double attacks. Whenever you are playing a game, find out where can you move the pieces in order to attack 2 pieces at the same time. And let me tell you why double attacks are very powerful in the game. For this example, we're going to create a fork where this knight moved to this square. It is now attacking this rook and this rook. This is a fork because it is now attacking 2 pieces at the same time. It is really hard to defend against a double attack in a single move. Black only has a chance to make one move. So that means that black can only move to a square with using only one piece. So even though he moves away to try to run away from this knight is still attacking this rook and taking its spot. Or we can look at a different type of double attack also right here with the bishop. Now this bishop can move here and it's also attacking 2 pieces at the same time. So it doesn't matter where black decides to move, black will also lose a piece whichever piece it decides to move. Remember, double attacks are really hard to defend because you only have one move to make to defend against it. And also in this position, this bishop is attacking both the rook and the king at the same time. So this rook cannot move because the king will be under attack. So whenever you're playing game, find out ways to make double attacks. Number 8, make a plan. Checkmates do not happen randomly. You have to find out. You have to make a map. Do you want to checkmate using 2 rooks? Or do you want to come in for a queen's bear hug checkmate right here? Or do you want to try and find a way to get rid of all these pieces so you can get to the king easily? Whichever way you choose is considered a plan. It is hard to win a game if you do not have a plan. So let's take, for example, if you are driving or if you used the GPS before, you have to know where you're gonna go. You have to know your final destination. So why don't you find out what your final destination is on the chessboard? Because you can't use the GPS if you don't know where you're going. So for number 8, you have to make a plan. You have to find a way to checkmate your king. just keep in mind, do you want to attack from this side? Do you want to come up through the middle? Or do you want to even come here? But no matter what, you have to strategize and you have to come up which way that you want to attack and checkmate your opponent's king. Number 9, take the initiative. Do not wait for your opponents to attack you. Find a way to make the first attack towards the king. So there's often times that I've seen people play, they're playing like this, they're just pulling up their pawns a little bit like this, and they bring out their knights, but they put their bishops still all the way back here, and they're just playing very slow. These pieces have not even passed up this line to even make an attempt to attack the white pieces. So if you wait for your opponents to attack you, you're going to have a higher chance of losing. So why not make a way to start attacking pieces, to find a way to get through towards the king? So remember, taking the initiative, finding a way to attack first. Number 10, control open lines. Rooks are great on open files and bishops are great on open diagonals. So rooks do not do well when they are hiding behind pawns. They do well when they are on an open file. So if you're able to place a rook on an open file, they can control this entire file. So that means whatever pieces step onto this file, you can just take them wherever they land along this way. Now, controlling open diagonals for bishops is the same way. You want to find a way to bring this bishop out into the game and start controlling these open diagonals in the game. If you make a move like this bishop is not being used to its full power. It is being trapped between these two pawns. It's almost as if you're using this bishop as a big pawn. You don't want to use the bishop as a big pawn. You want to make sure that it has room, it has freedom to come out and attack the board. Number 11, simplify when ahead. If you are ahead in pieces, try to trade to see a clearer picture of the chessboard. It is harder to see the entire chessboard when there are more pieces, but you can always find ways to trade off pieces in order to get rid of all the threats, and you can minimize any type of danger from your opponent. So in this case, I can always take this bishop and just come here. I could trade bishop, and even then this rook can come here to trade bishop for bishop. Or in this case, we can look at white trading rook for rook, because you'll still be ahead of pieces. Then your opponent now only has one bishop left. Rather than potentially having this rook to come around and clear up the whole board, you want to trade when you're ahead in material so that you can get to the end game faster. That means your opponent will have less pieces to defend with. So you want to simplify the chessboard by trading pieces when you are ahead in material. Number 12, play for mate or checkmate. Taking away opponent's pieces is one way of getting ahead, but you should always look for ways to checkmate the king in order to win. Because taking away pieces, you could just waste time like this, take away a piece here, or even taking away a piece here. But in this position, white had only one move left to win the game. Why worry about taking away all your opponent's pieces? Or I like to say, go pawn grabbing like this. So we see these pawns right here. It's always nice to try to grab these early pawns, or even just attack these pawns to take them off the board. But why worry about pawns when you can capture the king or checkmate the king in order to win the game? You simply could just bring your rook right here for a back rank checkmate, and that simply ends the game. Checkmating the king is almost as if you captured all your opponent's pieces. So if you're looking for a way to capture your opponent's pieces, find a way to checkmate the king first. I know that this video was long, and I know that it's really tough to grasp all these 12 principles. You're asking, Coach Dad, how tough, this is really tough. Like all these 12 principles is so much to remember. I'll tell you this, it is easier to learn these principles if you are practicing these. So for every game, you can try to print out these principles and just have it with you, and maybe practice 2 or 3 principles per game. Eventually, you'll be doing these by memory. You'll start remembering, okay, I remember this part. I remember I have to do this. So if you are practicing a lot on these principles, then you're going to have a great chance of winning your games. If you do 4 of these principles, you're just an okay chess player. If you do 8 of these 12 principles, you're a pretty good chess player. But if you can find a way to do all 12 principles in a game, you're going to be a great and excellent chess player. So always remember to practice these 12 principles every single game. You can just make it easy by simplifying it, by moving with a purpose. If you commit this to memory, if you always remember how to do this, you're going to win more games. So always remember to keep on practicing, and also leave a comment down below to let me know which of these 12 principles is your favorite. And remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel for more videos that'll be released later on.